Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being present on this session today. My name is Swan. I'm working as a business incorporation consultant with Black Swan Business Setup Services, Dubai. Today, we have gathered here for this session for A to Z company formation webinar, in which we will be covering important points such as business incorporation in UAE, free zone jurisdiction, mainland jurisdiction, bank account opening, visa services, and A to Z services that a company requires. Okay, thank you so much. Just a second. Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for joining. First is why Black Swan. So, no, let me just give you a brief introduction about Black Swan. Black Swan is basically a market leader in corporate service provider. We have been in the market since 10 plus years right now. We provide 360-degree business solution starting from licenses, company corporation, bank account services, visa services, and compliance services. So what all support a company requires, 360-degree business solution support we usually provides to the client with more than 10 years of experience in the market. We have associate branches in Muscat, Oman, as well as in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. Our headquarters are based in Dubai, UAE. We have an experienced team of 50 plus people with us who are experienced in various domains in terms with licenses, compliance, taxation, PRO services, visa services. So A to Z services that a company requires, to start with their businesses, we are expert in that particular domain. We are very proud to say that we have a client base of more than 5,000 happy customers with us, in which we are fruitfully assisting them with their requirements as per the government needs and demands. Thank you so much. So we will be moving to the next slide. Yeah. So we have a team. This is our team, which is present in Dubai. A team of 50 plus individuals we have with us. And this is another Silicon India Middle East news that our channels, published upon. Black Swan handling setting up operations with a complete 360-degree support. These are our co-founders of the company, Mr. Azhar and Ms. Rupa. They are the founders of the company. So primary questions, which lies upon the countries is that, why Dubai? Why Dubai has been growing so much? So one of the primary reasons for the Dubai, there are certain factors. First, we can consider the infrastructure. The infrastructure that Dubai has built in, the tourism which Dubai has brought upon the people. If you look at, 15 years back, Dubai was nothing. But the fast pace, how Dubai has grown tremendously, it's incredible. So there are certain, reasons for that. The government has invested heavily on the infrastructure, providing safety to the clients or the investors. These are the certain things. I guess, you guys have also seen some reels and some videos, in which they're presenting then how safe is Dubai. People are leaving their wallets, money outside in publicly, but nothing gets happened to them. All because of the safety and infrastructure. Perhaps we are having a multicultural diversity as well with us, inviting people from more than 50 countries we have in Dubai, UAE. So due to these factors and also ease of doing business, UAE government is attracting investors from all across the globe, providing them with incentives and support, to do the business freely without any technical foundations and all. So that's the best thing about Dubai. The UAE government is primarily involved in this, assisting the investors and people, to start their entrepreneurship journey or expand their existing business from their home country. In terms of safety, I want to show you another article that as per the recent report, Dubai is also among the top 5 cities in the world with highest safety standards. So all these things combined together, why Dubai is one of the promising locations for everybody. Second is the infrastructure. As you can clearly see, the port access, which is, that is a Jafza free zone. if you are into trading, commercial and all, this particular port access is also provided to the clients all across UAE. Just So I was mentioning about the infrastructure and the quality of the slides that we have with us. The second comes at the why people are moving to Dubai. You can see the Dubai real estate market as compared to previous years. Dubai real estate market has grown tremendously. If you are looking to incorporate a real estate company in UAE, this is the best time. It's now or never time period because the real estate market has grown significantly. We have seen a upwards push of 10 to 15% in the real estate market. If you are investing in real estate, not only as an buying option, but as an investing option, real estate can give you valuable returns, seeing the futures and all. Safety first, as I already covered the point, how safe is Dubai UAE? The metro access, the transportation access, the healthcare access, all the employees in the UAE are mandatory by the company, to have a healthcare insurance. So these all things combined together, why Dubai has become a premium destination for all the expats from all over the globe. Now summing up, what are the primary benefits of setting up a company in UAE? UAE ranks number one in the Arab world. In the Middle East region, UAE is the number one in terms of infrastructure, investment opportunities, infrastructure, whatever benefits, that the company can receive, the government is providing them with such incentives. The country is among top two largest economies in the Arab world. We are very proud to say that UAE is among top two largest economies in the world, attracting businesses and investors from all across the globe. And primarily, if you're having a company in Dubai, that itself, gives you a brand name on a global recognition platform. That's a very well upward for your company. If your company is having a Dubai address, it comes up with that particular benefit. Like Dubai registered company has its own premium brand name in the market. Best in class infrastructure, 100% ownership of the company. The best thing about this is that, whoever are the shareholders of the company have 100% ownership, which means that you don't need any local partners in your business license. 100% ownership can be given on your name only. So that's the best thing about this. Other benefits are tax advantages are there. Exemption from income taxes are there, which means that income which is generated or the salary which you're taking, there is no taxation on that. Availability of best-in-class offices, warehouses, factories. If you are planning to open an industrial license in Dubai, UAE, we have factories that are suited for you as per the needs and demands. If you want to expand, we also have, best-in-class infrastructure, well-furnished offices, which could cater clients' requirements accordingly. One of the best thing about Dubai UAE is that we have one of the best talent pools. If you are a company, if you want to expand your company, you will require good employees of the company. So the best thing is that we have people in UAE, Dubai, for more than 50 countries. So you can get the best talent pools available in the market. That's a very good thing about Dubai UAE. And also there is a no share capital requirement. Whatever capital you're investing, it will be only on paper. You don't need to physically deposit that particular amount of money as a share capital. So these all things combined together, why UAE has become one of the best premium locations for the clients to set up and expand their businesses in. Now we are summing up to the main points, jurisdictions in UAE. Primarily in UAE, there are three primary jurisdictions which you need to follow. First is free zones, second is mainland, and third is offshore. So basically free zone. What are free zones? So basically free zones are a free trade zone entity, which is directly coming under government as well, in which free zone allow investors to freely trade without any restrictions and move to the international markets. So that's a very good thing about the free zones. And in UAE itself, we have more than 40 plus free zones. Some of the free zones are DMCC, IFZA, JAFZA, Dubai Silicon Oasis. So each free zone has their own benefits and demands. It depends upon the business activities, Suppose you are into commercial trading, you are exporting a product from one country and you want to supply that particular product into UAE, then you want a port access as well. So then one of the best free zones is JAFZA. That is Jebel Ali Free Zone Authority, which is providing very good incentives, zero customs duty, 0% import duty. So these all comprises together, depending upon the client's needs and activities, we primarily suggest them the free zones accordingly. Suppose you are into technology, we have IFZA Free Zone, that is International Free Zone Authority, catering to tech requirements. We have Dubai Internet City, whereas the top four companies of the world, Google, Microsoft, all are based in these particular free zones. If you are dealing in commodities, we have DMCC. So as I already mentioned, each free zone has their own benefits depending upon the activity and the requirements of the client. Second is mainland. One of the most premium licenses in UAE is a mainland license. In case your client's requirements and the target markets are inside UAE, then primarily best solutions are for going for a mainland license. Third, we have an offshore license. Offshore license is a license which is based on papers only. It's a license, which is only available on paper. You can't take a physical office, neither you can have visas on that. So give you a brief clarity on furthermore, we have Mr. Fazal Hulmani. He is a business incorporation expert from the free zone jurisdiction. He will briefly explain you what is a free zone and what are the benefits of it. Fazal, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anshu. So, hello everyone. This is Faisal Hulmani. So, today I will be briefing you about what is free zone, why free zone, what are the benefits of free zone, and legal structure and procedures. How to. So, what is free zone? Basically, free zone are established by government for economic growth to attract foreign investors and encourage international trade. So in a normal term, I would say, let's say you want to open a company in free zone, okay, and you have an import-export business or a trading business or even a service business, okay. So if you want to do business outside UAE and in free zone to free zone, then free zone will be a good option for you because there would be no tax, there would be no VAT the moment you are doing business outside UAE, free zone to free zone. So you get this benefits. Now in the next slide, we will be checking about how many free zones are there in UAE. So Anshu, please, can you just move on to the next slide?
Just a second.
Okay, so as you can see the graph where there are 46 free zones across UAE. So free zones have divided into 7 emirates, so which is Dubai free zone, Sharjah free zone, Ajman, Fujairah, Abu Dhabi, Ras Al Khaimah, and Umm Al Quwain. So these 46 free zones have divided among these 7 emirates. Okay, so where Dubai free zones have multiple free zones, Sharjah, Ajman, Fujairah, Abu Dhabi, they have multiple free zones across, and they are specialized in their activities. Like as Anshu has mentioned, for commodities, we have a DMCC, for technology, we have International Free Zone Authority. So for media related activity, if you want to do so, if we have Sharjah free zone. So all the activities which you want to do, they have specialized and which you can perform in that free zone. So it totally depends on your business module, how you want to do, what will be your activity, and where you are targeting, where you're targeting your client. So if the free zones are depends on your business module. So if you now let's move to next slide. Okay, so here we can discuss about the benefits of free zone. What are? So very first thing is 100% ownership. This means there is no local sponsor required. You will be the 100% expat, can own the company. You can do the business without hesitant. Okay. Second thing, custom and import export benefit. Now, what is this basically? One of the main advantages of this operating in free zone is that companies are usually exempted from the custom duties and import export taxes on goods and materials that are bought in free zone and taken out of the free zone. So you can see how they have given the explanation is when you are importing goods within that from outside country to free zone and you are directly re-exporting to other countries, then there would be no custom duty. Now, next thing we have a tax benefit as same. Now, when you do a business with free zone to free zone, now free zone to free zone means if you open a company in any of the Emirates free zone, Dubai, Sharjah, Ajman, Abu Dhabi, wherever you're opening company, and you are doing business in free zone to free zone, means if you have a company in Dubai free zone and you are doing a business with Sharjah, Ajman, other Emirates, all free zone, also you are doing business outside UAE, then you have a tax benefit where you don't have to pay any corporate tax. There would be no VAT applicable. Second, we'll move on to simplified company setup. So the procedure is very simple. If you are opening a company in free zone, where the main thing is no physical presence required if you want to open a company in free zone. It would be done remotely. You just have to send us the document, a very limited documents, and we can form a company. Yeah, once your company is formed, and then at the time of visa process, in that case, you have to travel to UAE and you can do your visa process and other formalities. But for licensing part, no physical presence required. Let's move on to next, which is infrastructure and facilities. So all free zones have infrastructure facilities where they have built their flexi desk, they have luxury offices, they have warehouses. Now, why it comes for warehouses, office, and flexi desk? Let's say you have very limited activity and limited person. Let's say you will be operating. You want only one visa or two visa package. So in that case, what you can do, you can just go with the flexi desk option, and you can work remotely, and you can do the business. Now, the moment you want 3, 4, 5 visa, more than 3 visas, so in that case, you have to take an office in free zone, and you can do the business. Now, what about the warehouses? Now, for example, you have import-export business where you want to store the goods. So in that case, you can take warehouses. If you have a manufacturing, if you want to do a manufacturing of the product, so in that case, you can go with the warehouse option. So all see the different free zones, they have different availability of the warehouses, offices, and flexi accordingly. So it totally depends on your business module, how and the product, like what you want to trade and how you want to do. So accordingly, you can choose the free zones and as per your need. Okay. And if I talk about the port, so there are most of the free zones have their port. So as Anshu already explained you about the Dubai port, which is Jebel Ali free. So Jebel Ali port is a basically hub where if your products are importing through sea, so you can use Jebel Ali port. And if you have a company in Sharjah, so you can you can select, you can choose Hamriya port. And simultaneously, like different free zones have the port. So from which you can import goods and you can re-export to others. So these are the port options available. Now we will talk about the legal type in free zone. This is the most important part, where first is free zone company. Now free zone company, if there are two, and like there basically is a partnership. In other word is known as a civil company. So if it's a partnership, so it would be a free zone company. Okay, in free zone, how the name of the legal structure is, they when you select a name, when you open a company, in that case, on the name, at the end of the name, it will mention FZCO. If it's a partnership company, it will mention FZCO. If it's sole establishment, single owner, then it would be FZE, which is free zone establishment. Now coming to third, which is branch of a foreign company. So it's simple, where if they have a parent company and you want to open a branch in UAE, so the documents and everything will be required of the parent company. In this, the liability will be limited to the parent company. Okay. So, and now coming to the subsidiary company. Subsidiary company is basically subsidiary of a parent company. Now, I'll tell you the difference between branch and subsidiary. For a branch, when you open a branch, the activity of a parent company would be same, or related activity in UAE, you can select. So you don't have any option where you can choose different activities. So same activity can be performed or similar kind of activity of your parent company. In a subsidiary company, the owner would be parent company, but you have an option where you can select the activity as per your name. So these are the difference between branch and subsidiary company. Now, if you talk about the documentation what required, so for free zone company and free zone establishment, like single and partnership company, it's normal document required, passport copy, trade name option, and you can start the company. In case of branch and subsidiary company, the document required of a parent company. So the document would be trade license of parent company, MOA, AOA, board resolution. So these are some 2-3 documents which is required, and it has to be attested from Foreign Embassy in home country and Ministry of Foreign Affairs, UAE. So in both the cases of branch and a subsidiary, this attestation is required. Now we will move on to next slide, which is procedure and the process, how it is. So basically, what you have to do is, if you want to work up company, so the document which you have to send us, the passport copy, trade name option, we will make an application, and the application we will be sending you on email. You have to fill it, sign it, send back to us on email. Okay, then the document will, the Free Zone authority, the government authority will review your documents. They will verify and they will prepare the memorandum of association. So as per the partnership and everything, will mention the memorandum of association. You have to do signing if there are multiple shareholders. So all the shareholders have to sign it virtually online. And if you have any office facilities taken, or if it's virtual, then it's okay. After this verification is done, then the license will be issued. After issuance of license, then they will apply for establishment card. Establishment card is basically an immigration card of your company. That means whenever you need a visa in a company, then establishment card is mandatory. So in free zones, how it works? The free zone license depends on number of visa package you take. So if let's say you don't want visa, you only want license, you already have a presence in UAE, you already have a visa here, and you just want a license in free zone. So then there will be no establishment card and there will be no visa issue because you already have. But the moment you need visa, then establishment card you have to do. After establishment card, then you have an option where you can apply outside country visa process or inside country. So this visa process and everything you will see in further slide, which will be explained by Anshu. So I'm just giving you a small introduction how it works. Okay. After visa issuance, then the process of bank account will start. So these all are the overview of free zones, how it works, different codes. And if anything like any questions or query you have, what you can do is you can just jot down on the chat box. After this presentation, we will have question and answer. So that time we can discuss further. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. Now,
thank you so much, Mr. Fazil, for your time and detailed explanation regarding free zone jurisdiction, the benefits and the advantages. Now we have Mr. Qasim Badr. He's a business incorporation expert from the mainland jurisdiction. He will explain you the benefits, advantages, and the details of setting up a company in mainland jurisdiction. Qasim, over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone is good. Let me give you a brief introduction about myself. My name is Qasim Badr. I'm a business advisor at Black Swan Business Setup Services. I've been working in this company for 2 years. So for today, we are going to discuss about what will be explaining is the mainland jurisdictions and what are their benefits, what are the legal structure, activities, the process involved in the mainland companies, and the documents required. So as you can see on the screen, we have a brief description about the UAE. The UAE is divided into 7 emirates, namely as Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Ajman, Al Quwain, Ras Al Khaimah, Fujairah. Yeah, these comprises of the 7 emirates, in which Abu Dhabi is the biggest and the most popular, you can say, is Dubai. So this is a basic structure of how United Arab Emirates is divided into 7 emirates. Now, let's discuss about what is mainland. Mainland refers to a geographical area of Dubai that is governed by the Dubai Economic Department. It's a traditional part of the city. You can say downtown, Dera, Bar Dubai, and other commercial and residential districts, where in terms of business incorporation, the Dubai Economic Department are involved. Dubai main regulation and requirements are set by the DAD in Dubai mainland, and which are under their regulations and their rules. Yeah. Companies established in Dubai mainland can conduct business within both the Emirates or all the Emirates and other parts of United Arab UAE as well, without any restrictions or rules. So you can say you have complete freedom about doing business if you have a mainland company. Either it's a free zone, either it's a the company outside UAE, or companies situated in different Emirates like Sharjah. So you do not have any rules and regulation. You can do free business with all the given jurisdictions here. So now let's come to the next slide. Now, what are the basic benefits of Dubai Mainland? Why you will set up in Dubai Mainland? The first and the foremost thing is ease of doing business. Now, ease of doing business involves what? There are 4 or 5 points here. Infrastructure is world class. As you know, Dubai is the most growing economy in the world. Plus, low tax environment, no income tax, no capital gain tax, nothing inheritance tax. So you have advantage there. Safety and security, as my both other consultants have told you, that Dubai comes in the top 5 most safe and secure places in the world. Yeah, you can check out the rankings as well. Then you know that Dubai has become an international trade hub. So either it's air transportation, sea transportation, road transportation. The Dubai has a infrastructure which is well supported. Then the next point is geographical advantage. What are the geographical advantage? The first and foremost geographical advantage is that UAE gives you a major market access in the Southeast Asia, plus Africa, and all over the Middle East. Then it has a global transportation system. Either you can take air, you can take sea transport. It has a global transportation system. Then it has key marine routes which follows through Africa or Asia, or even sometimes when you use Suez Canal to Europe as well. Then the next point is wide range of business activities. UAE performs different types of activities, and the activities are basically divided into 3 parts, that is professional, commercial, and industrial, which I will explain in the next slide. So it has a various amount of activities. You can choose any of them. Then, which is the point is prestige and credibility, which is Dubai is known for. So for prestige and economic success, you can see the economic success of Dubai in throughout the years. It's been tremendously increasing, and now is also increasing at a rapid rate. Then political stability. It's a friendly environment for business owners, investors, or entrepreneurs. World-class tourism. You know, Dubai has now become a hub for tourism. Many people all around the world come here in different seasons to stay or to look around, things like that. Then hosting international events. Now Dubai has been introducing and has been introduced them as a pillar in where you can host international events. Either it's a financial event, either it's a crypto events. Yeah, you will find many real estate events going on. Then the next the next point is that no capital requirement is there in order to incorporate a mainland company. So there is no, you do not have to put any amount of money physically in order to incorporate a company here. So no capital requirement, no limit on number of visas. As you know that free zones have the license is based on their visa cost, but here in the mainland, there is no limit on the visas. It only depends upon the size of your office, what you are taking, either it's virtual or it's physical. Then if you have a mainland company, you can also access government contracts. Like if some tender is going on, you can put up your company, put in your tenders, you can get government contracts as well. So moving on to the next slide now. Activities and legal structure. This is the foremost things. All the clients are, what are the activities are there in the UAE, and what is the legal structure? So there are 3 basic activities. The first is professional license. Businesses involved in services like accountancy, HR, human resource, legal services. So this will come under professional services. If you are buying and selling goods, then the activity will be called as commercial license or commercial activities. Any company that is performing anything manufacture related to manufacture, either anything from my small cab to big aircrafts, they will come under the industrial license. So I've explained some activities for you for professional activities. First is professional activities, which will include, for example, management consultancy, information and marketing, education, event organizer, facility management group, finance consultant, legal services, and many more. Then the second is commercial activities, aircraft and train, spare parts trading. You can do food stuff, you can do general trading, you can do goods wholesaler, auto spare parts, building material, car rent, and passenger transport. You can do as well. Then the third and the last point is industrial activity. Like you are manufacturing any appliances, casting steel, iron, cotton and metal nets, rope manufacturing, equipment and engine manufacturing. This engines can be car, plane, whatever. Light aircraft maintenance and manufacturing. You can do that as well. So these are the three basic licensing activities which you will have to take according to your need, according to your business, what you want to do. Now moving on to the next slide. Now comes the legal structure in the UAE. There are several legal structures available in the UAE. So we will take one by one. The first one is sole proprietorship. A sole proprietorship is the simplest form of business structure owned and operated by a single individual. So only one person can own and can have a legal structure of sole proprietorship. This is basically suitable for small business or individual entrepreneurs. Then comes the limited liability company, or else you call it as LLC. And LLC is a popular choice. It's very popular among foreign investors in the UAE. They always take an LLC. In an LLC, at least 2 shareholders you need, and the liability of the company of each shareholders will be only accountable to company's capital, not on individuals and individuals' property. And LLC can engage in various business activities, and foreign ownership is allowed up to 100% in certain sectors if the company is set up in a designated free zone. Then comes the branch office. Branch office, as Mr. Faisal has explained, branch is, you can say, is just a mirror of a parent company. Whatever the parent company will be doing, the branch will be doing the same thing. But in the mainland, there are one authority which is involved in opening of a branch, that is Ministry of Economy. You have to take an approval from them in order to incorporate a branch. Then a representative office. You can also open a representative office. What representative office do? It's a non-commercial activities. Like if you have a parent company in say in India, you want to open a representative, so you can only do market research or promote the parent's company's product and services, and they will not be engaging in any profit generating activity. So you cannot transact amount of money if you have to only promote those products and services. You cannot sell those products and services through representative office. The last one is the public joint company, that is PGSC. A PGSC is a public traded company which should have at least 10 founding shareholders. Or this type of structure is usually chosen by the large scale firms which are seeking to raise capital from either public or some private investors, and offering, and they will give dividends or they will perform IPOs on the stock exchange. So these are the basic, you can say, 5 structures in the UAE which are present and which are available. So you can choose from them according to your company's structure and according to your business activity. The next slide. Now comes what is the process, how the process go for a Dubai mainland company. The first and foremost step is trade name and initial approval. Trade name is that we'll take from you 3 options. We'll put in request, and if one name is selected, then we will book that trade name, so you can have that trade name. And initial approval is nothing but a security approval of all the shareholders that present in the UAE. Then the next step comes in, that is memorandum of association signing. So as you know, in free zone you can do it virtually, but in the mainland, in most of the cases, you have to do it physically. So you have to be here in the UAE to do the signing of MOA. Then comes the office facilitation part. What kind of office you are taking, either you are taking physical office or you are taking virtual office, that is up to you. Then the next part comes the license issuance. License is basically where your activities is mentioned, the shareholders name is mentioned, your company's name is mentioned, what are the percentage of the shareholders. It will represent this amount of information. Then the establishment card is the same as free zone. It's an immigration card through which your visas will be issued under the immigration. Then we will come on to the part of visa issuance, which will be taken by Mr. Ansu in the later stages of the presentation. And the last is bank account opening. Bank account opening involves a KYC done on the shareholders. You can say that they will be needing 6 months bank account statements from the shareholders of of their home country. Their CVs will be required. So normal KYC will be needed in order to open a bank account in the UAE. So these are the steps in the company formation. Now we'll go what documents are required to open up a company here in the mainland. So the first and foremost copy for point is, the first is passport copies of the shareholder. That is a mandatory requirement that every company or any other company have to have in order to open a companies for their clients. Then the UBO. What the UBO is called, ultimate beneficiary owner. The ultimate beneficiary owner is a form where you will have to describe the shareholders' details, their name, their passport numbers, their address of the home country, where their financials are coming from, what they do in their home country. They have to give that details and they have to sign it, and then you have to submit to us. Then the 3 trade name options are present there. So you will have to give us that. And the 4th and the 5th point is only associated with the branch or a subsidiary company. In order, if you open up a branch company, then your parent company's documents will be attested in the home country UAE embassy. Then it will be attested here in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, that is called MOFA. Then its legal translation will be done, and in some cases, Ministry of Justice can also be involved in order to get approval. So, but this is the mandatory requirements for opening a branch or a subsidiary. See, attested educational certificate, what for certain business activities, like if you're taking human resource activity as your business. So you will need to have at least 2 years of experience in the human resource in order to open up this license. For example, same goes for the financial consultancy. You need to have a background of finance in order to open up these licenses. So some activities may require attested educational certificates. Now, the next part, which is the visa part, will be taken care of by Mr. Ansu. And Mr. Ansu, over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Qasim, for the wonderful explanation regarding the Dubai mainland jurisdiction. You duly covered all the points. Thank you so much, clients. We have the chat box open with us. In case any questions or concerns you have, please feel free to drop your messages. Our consultants will help you with that queries. Now, let's just jump into the types of visas in UAE. Typically, there are 4 types of visas in UAE. First is investor visa, employee visa, dependent visa, and golden visa. One of the most popular one is the investor visa. Investor visa is given to only shareholders and partners of the company. If case there is one partner, then he will get an investor visa. If there are multiple partners, they will get a partner visa. It's just same as investor visa. The time duration for this visa is for 2 years. After 2 years, you need to renew this visa. There are certain free zones, such as Ras Al Khaimah Marrakesh free zone and Shams free zone, in which they offer visa along with the licenses, which means that you don't have to pay anything additional for the visa cost. It will be directly provided from the free zone authority jurisdiction. So that's a very good thing for the clients across the globe. Second, what we have is an employee visa. Employee visa is primarily given to people who are working under the company. The duration of this visa is for 2 years as well. The designations can be a general manager, finance manager, marketing manager, HR manager. These kind of designations can have, and all the people working under a company, it's mandatory to have an employment visa. Company should bear the cost and expenses of the visa as per the UAE labor laws. Now, third, we have the dependent visa. Dependent visa happens when individuals can sponsor their wife as well as their children or their parents. they will be under your visa. They don't need to take any company's visa or a visit visa. They can be directly dependent upon your visa. So which is known as a family visa. It's just that the duration of this visa will be same for 2 years. The documentation in regards to this will be attested marriage certificate or attested birth certificate of your children, and accordingly you can sponsor your family. And fourth, one of the most popular one in recent time is the golden visa. Golden visa is recently launched for investors and business people who are having investments in UAE for more than 2 million dirhams. If you're making an investment as an FD in a bank account in UAE, or you are purchasing a property, residential or a commercial property, which values more than 2 million dirhams, then Dubai government is offering a 10 years golden visa. So these are the some benefits of the visas that we have with us. Now let's come to the labor laws. What are the labor laws? So as per the UAE jurisdiction, there are certain labor laws which a company shareholders which concern towards. First is the 2 years limited contract, which means that if you're hiring any employee, a labor contract will be prepared for that particular person, and the contract will be on a limited period of time, which means that after 2 years, if employee and employer both are agreeing, then you can renew your employment contract. So all contract will be on limited period only, that is for 2 years. After 2 years, you can renew it again for another 2 years. Second most important thing is WPS salary transfer. As I've already mentioned, how Dubai protects its people. If you're an employee working for a company, all companies are mandated in Dubai mainland jurisdiction to get registered in WPS salary transfers, which is meant as wage protection system, in which the salary transport will be done through a system every month before 5th of every month, so that the employees can receive their wages on duly time. Third is 30 days annual leave. As per as UAE labor laws, companies must provide employees with a 30 days of annual leaves once a year. Fourth is gratuity and health insurance. UAE government takes care of its people, so it's mandatory for every employee to get a health insurance. It's mandatory from the government that the employer company should provide a valid health insurance for the employee who is working under the company. So these are the few important labor laws which a company must adhere to. Now, we will get into the taxation part. In UAE, primarily, we have two kind of taxations. First is the VAT tax, which is known as value added tax. And second is just incorporated, which is known as corporate tax. First is value added tax. It was incorporated in 2018. So VAT tax is primarily for people who are doing their business inside UAE and generating profits from that. So once your company sales has reached 187,500, then it's a government provide you with the option for voluntary VAT registration. You can inform the government that you have crossed this sales. Now you can register for VAT and get the TRN number for the same. Second, we have the mandatory VAT registration threshold, which is known as 375,500. So once the company sales has reached this much amount, it is mandatory for the company to inform it to the government that the company has reached this much of sales. Accordingly, get the TRN done. So this primarily happens when your company sales are inside UAE. If you are invoicing to any client which are based outside UAE, then the taxation will be at 0%. That will be an out of scope tax. Okay, this taxation primarily is for companies who are generating business and doing businesses inside UAE. And whatever taxes you are collecting from the customers inside UAE, that needs to be quarterly filed back to the government. There is a portal which is known as FTA, Federal Tax Authority, MRA tax. So Federal Tax Authority is a jurisdiction which primarily handles taxation across UAE. So next is a corporate tax. So corporate tax is a newly implemented new tax regulation. The registrations have already started. The application of the taxation will be from 2024 only, and this will be also limited to the companies who are generating profits while doing businesses inside UAE. If you are a company, if you are generating profits inside UAE above 375,000 dirhams, then you're applicable for 9%. 9% of the profit you need to submit it to the government. So these are the general idea regarding the taxations in the UAE. We also have in-house tax agents and tax consultants with us. In case once your businesses gets boomed, accordingly, we can have a one-to-one personal session with a dedicated tax agent for clients as per the needs and demands. Accordingly, you can get a much more deeper clarity according to the taxation. Now we will drop down to the bank account. So bank account is a very, very vital part for all the companies in the UAE. Once you have done the company incorporation, you got the license, you got the visas. The last and the foremost and the most important part is to get a bank account. So bank account is also a very crucial thing. Black Swan is proud to say that we are associated with major international banks across the UAE. We have commercially tied up with Rock Bank, Mashreq Bank, FAB, Emirates and BD. So these are the few of the most popular banking that we have with us. We have been working together with these banks to open the corporate bank account of our clients without any issues and problems. Due to the factor that we have industry experience of more than 10 years, we know the rules and regulation, we know the requirements from the clients. The bank documents must be proper. Bank will do a proper compliance of the shareholders. They will ask documents such as licenses, business profile, business activity, what you will be doing, the amounts of funds, what are your target customer. So these kind of basic questions the clients will be the banks will be asking. The clients have to don't worry in this regard. We have an in-house banking team with us who will assist you with each and every step regarding the banking process, while taking it to the bank, final signature, preparing your profile in such a good way that you don't have to be worried or get tension in regards with that, because we have the necessary experience in regards to the banking requirements from the clients across UAE. Accordingly, we will cater to you in regards with these particular domains as well. So this will be the summing up of our webinar. We have, contact details of our sessions. We have with us Mr. Faisal, we have myself and Mr. Kafif, we have with us, who will be taking care of your questions. In case if you have any questions, we'll be more than happy to assist you. Now we will, just quickly drop down to some of the questions that have dropped out to us. Miss Varshnani Gupta has just asked that we came from service coaching industry. What is the best way to go ahead? Service and coaching industry, ma'am, it's a regulated authority which is known as KHDA. So if you're providing any kind of educational services, if you're providing any kind of coaching and facilities to any of your students or clients across UAE, you need to get a KHDA approval. One of our consultant will definitely get in touch with you to explain you the details. 100% of the ownership will be under your name. There won't be any additional local Emiratis required in your license. It's just that you need to find a proper space, whether you will be teaching this particular student, or you can also virtually teach your students whom you are offering this coaching sessions. One of the consultant definitely will get in touch with you for a one-to-one personal session to explain you the details more briefly. And second is an offshore. Offshore is an entity which is only on papers. We don't primarily recommend clients to go for this kind of jurisdiction, because offshore companies are preferred for those companies who are into investment fund management, holding companies, only for this kind of people. Limitations of offshore companies are offshore companies won't get any visas. They are not allowed to practice any business activities inside UAE. They're only allowed to practice outside UAE. And also they can't have a physical or a virtual office. So just a company which is based on papers only. So these are the few details that we have with us. Now, summing up to the whole presentation, what we had discussed, combining all things together. So first we discussed, Mr. Fazil give us a brief background about what are basically free zone, what are the benefits of free zone, he briefly explained that. Summing up all the seminar together, you should go for a free zone jurisdiction if your target market is international based clients and more than 80% of the target audience is international, your clients are based out of UAE, then it's very good option to go for a free zone jurisdiction, because the tax benefit which is offers, the cost efficient packages that they have, the visa free which is including by some of the free zone. So these all are reasons combined together while you should go for a free zone company. As I've already mentioned, there are almost 40 plus free zones across UAE. So each free zones are designed in such a way so that they can cater requirements of the clients as per the business activity. As Mr. Fazal has already shared few details with us, if you are dealing in commodities, if you're trading something, then you can go for DMCC free zone. If you are into IT solution, IT software, IT services, then you can go for IRZA, which is known as International Free Zone Authority. We also have Dubai Internet City, which is home to top 4 companies. Google, Microsoft, all are based in Dubai Internet City. And if you are a person who is in general trading, or you are trading of products, if your products are coming from other countries and you want to distribute your products internationally or within UAE, then we have Jafza Free Zone, which is known as Jebel Ali Free Zone Authority. which have a port access. If your containers are coming, you can register your company in this free zone and get the tax benefits as well. If you're into media and multi-management, then we have Shams free zone. If you're in IT, Shams is also good for IT software and services. We have Dubai Media City. We have, if you're into aviation, we have Dubai South. So as I already mentioned, choosing a free zone depends upon the business activities. Our consultants will help you choose the best jurisdiction for a business activity. Accordingly, with this jurisdiction, you can definitely benefit from this jurisdiction, which will help you to grow your business much more effectively and much more creatively. So these are one of the primary free zones which are very popular in the UAE. Second, we primarily discussed about the mainland jurisdiction that we have. Mr. Kazim, briefly explained regarding the mainland jurisdiction. He said that there are total 7 emirates in UAE: Abu Dhabi, Ras Al Khaimah, Sharjah, Dubai. One of the most premium and licenses is from Dubai. As I already mentioned, Dubai has its own brand name. So that's why people normally choose Dubai, because there is no local required in the license. 100% ownership can be on your name. Black Swan will be primarily be your support, taking to the medical center, taking to the signing, getting your trade license done. We will be proper support for you in terms of coordinating with the free zone authority, coordinating with the government authority. We will be responsible for all those particular things, starting from the license issuance. Second is your visa for the shareholders or the employees. Third is the bank account opening, medical, Emirates ID. So all these processes will be taken care by a single house, which is known as Black Swan. And after your company has incorporated, in future, after 6 months, you would be having any taxation, accounting, bookkeeping requirements. We also have facilities for that. Even if you want any expertise, if you want any help in taxation in the UAE, if you want to keep your books maintained well as per the IFRS standards or UAE taxation laws, we have an in-house team with us. They will help you with that particular domain as well, so that you don't have to go anywhere else. All the requirements can be catered in one single move. So as Kasim has already explained to us regarding Dubai Mainland. So Dubai Mainland primarily, I will suggest to those clients who are targeting UAE local market and who are looking to expand their businesses, because Dubai Mainland gives you quotas of 10 to 15 quotas under their licenses, which will be very beneficial for the clients and the people who are looking to expand their businesses. One of the best thing about Dubai Mainland is that ease of doing business. That's the first point. There are no trade restrictions. Companies registered in Dubai Mainland can do business internationally as well as in Dubai local market, whereas free zone companies are only allowed to do business internationally and inside UAE on a B2B model. B2B model, they can also do that. For a commercial trading platform thing, if you want to trade any products, any commodities, I would probably suggest you to go for a Dubai Mainland, because there is a ease of doing business, no restrictions are there. You have a option of wide range business activity, prestige and credibility. As I mentioned, Dubai Mainland is a very premium license. In terms of bank account also, you will get the benefit of Dubai Mainland. Known number of visa limitation contacts and access to government contracts. If you want to get any government projects, so Dubai Mainland will help you with that as well. So these were the few certain things, that our team duly and briefly explained you regarding the legal structure, the company formation processes in Dubai Mainland, starting from trade name and initial approval. This will be the very first stage. Second is memorandum and association and signing. First name is the security approval. Once you give us the names that you want to be the company, we will submit it to the government. The government will verify that if any other company has taken that particular name or not. If no company has taken that particular name will be given to you. So that once the first process is completed, we will move towards the second, that is memorandum association signing. For this, your physical presence will be required. You will be taken along with our company formation government in charge to Dubai court for the final signing of the documents. After this, you need to select that, whether you will be taking a physical office or a virtual office for your businesses. In Dubai, in free zones are offering flexi desk or a virtual office free of cost. But in Dubai Mainland, you need to take a physical office, furnished office, or you need to take a virtual office to conduct your businesses at. Once it's issued, your licenses will be issued. So the time frame to get this done depend upon case-to-case basis. We get the licenses done in under 7 working days also. So that depends upon case-to-case basis, depending upon the shareholders' nationality, their business activities, if there are any external approval from any third parties and all. So these all comprises together, like the processes, what will be done on your behalf. So once license is issued, then there is an establishment card. which primarily state as an immigration card for you. This primarily depicts that how many visas are under their company. So this established card is a very important factor for the company, as this will depict the number of visas under the company. Once it's issued, then we can have the visa issuance. All the visas I've already mentioned will be valid for 2 years. After 2 years, you can renew your existing visa, whether it's an investor visa or an employment visa. Once the visa is done for the shareholders or the managers of the company, then we will move to the bank account opening. So bank account opening will be the last process in which a manager from the company should be appointed, or a shareholder can be also there. We will prepare the banking documents. What are the banking documents required? The KYC of the customer. We will make sure that profile of the customer is developed in such a way so that bank account can be obtained in fastest way. The time frame for the bank account opening depend upon case-to-case basis as well. It may take from 10 working days to 25 working days, depending upon case-to-case basis. So these are the basic details, regarding the free zone, the mainland jurisdiction. Accordingly, you can check. I will be also sharing these particular documents with you on your registered email so that you can go through it again and again. We have some more questions with us. Can mainland company use a co-working space for a physical office? By Ninat Gupta. Yes, it's duly possible. We ourselves have business center offices in which you will be provided Ijari contract. The Ijari contract, will be valid for 1 year, in which your labor inspection will be done, as well as your bank account approval will be done. So answer is yes. You can have a co-working space with a physical office address. So of this co-working space, you can use this option. We have Mr. Kasim with us. He can give you more insight regarding this.
Yeah, hi. So if you have a mainland company, you can absolutely have a co-working space or a physical space. There are many business centers available. You can take from ours as well. We will provide you a particular office, or if you need only a desk to work, we can also give you that. But you need to have a tenancy contract with it in order to incorporate, in order to provide the full documentation, in order to get your license. So yeah, that's how we can do it. But the co-working space is completely fine. You can absolutely have it.
Thank you, Mr. Kasim, for the detailed explanation. So another question is that for software development company in mainland, if we do business with other countries, is VAT and income tax applicable? Mr. Ninat, this taxation will apply. Suppose you have registered your company in Dubai, UAE, and if you're invoicing to a client which is based in Canada or US, then the taxation will be at 0% because it's an out of scope. You're providing a service to a client which is based out of UAE. Hence, due to that particular reason, the taxation will be at 0%. Other scenario, if you are invoicing to a client which is based inside UAE, suppose you are a Dubai-based company, you are invoicing to a company which is based in Abu Dhabi, then the taxation will be at 5% and also not at the initial stage. Once your company sales has reached 100,000 US dollars, then only you have to register for VAT and collect tax additionally from your service fee. So these are the things. Can mainland company in software services can 100% ownership? Yes. Almost 99% of the business activities in the UAE can have 100% foreign ownership. Earlier, before 2021, UAE government was mandated that minimum one local Emirati should be present in the trade license, having 49 to 51% shares of the company. Now, since 2022, the rules have changed. Now, expats can own 100% ownership of the company without any local sponsor or without any local agent. That's the very best thing, which the UAE government done to initiate, to invite foreign investors to come and set up their businesses in UAE and get the benefit of taxation and the premium brand name. Now we have a question from Mr. Jebin Jose. For solar practitioners, how about DEWA licenses? Yes, for solar practitioners, as I already mentioned, for certain activities such as solar and all, there is a second party approval which is known as DEWA. DEWA primarily governs the Dubai electricity as well as the water. There needs to be an approval taken from this particular department authority. Our consultant will definitely get in touch with you in regards with a one-to-one session with you. He will explain you regarding the steps and the processes for the approval. Okay. In case any more questions you have, feel free to drop us out anytime. We are duly present. Our email ID and contact numbers are duly mentioned to you. In case if you have any questions for us, feel free to drop us directly. We will arrange a one-to-one personal session, which each of your consultant would be giving a detailed explanation regarding the steps and the processes, like how and when to contact and how to process the license in a much more. Okay. We will be waiting for a couple of minutes more. In case any of you has a few more questions, feel free to reach us out anytime in the chat box. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on this webinar today. As already mentioned, it was wonderful to have you guys. I hope that we have given a brief introduction about the various jurisdictions in the UAE, describing them what are the benefits. So we have the contact details of a consultant after this session. If you require, we will be having a one-to-one personal sessions with your consultant. In case if you have any questions, feel free to reach us out anytime. This is our email. We will be dropping an official email to you as well regarding the company incorporation process, the discussions we had. We'll be offering these particular presentations with you on your email as well. And we'll be also sharing this particular PPT for your email as well. Okay. In case any questions comes, feel free to reach us out anytime. Once again, thank you so much for joining us today. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.